Just an hour outside, NYC lies a world hidden in plain sight, where mansions gleam, luxury cars cruise, and billionaires keep their secrets. These southwestern Connecticut towns are the ultimate playground for the ultra-wealthy, blending opulence with mystery. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on NYC's richest suburbs, exploring how they became the pinnacle of wealth and exclusivity. Get ready for an inside look at the extraordinary estates, hidden fortunes, and the lifestyles of the elite. You won't believe what's really happening behind these gates. The heart of wealth, Greenwich, Connecticut. Our journey begins in Greenwich, often heralded as the crown jewel of Connecticut's upscale suburbs. With a median home price soaring to around $3.5 million, Greenwich boasts more billionaires per capita than many countries, including the United Arab Emirates. The town's reputation as a magnet for the ultra-rich is rooted in its status as a major hub for hedge funds, a controversial yet highly lucrative industry. Hedge funds have become synonymous with Greenwich's affluence. These investment vehicles, often cloaked in secrecy and criticized for their aggressive tactics, manage over $5 trillion globally. Their origins trace back to the 1940s, initially designed to hedge against risks in the stock market. Over the decades, hedge funds evolved into some of the most profitable enterprises, generating staggering fees for their managers and creating a new class of billionaires. In Greenwich, hedge fund managers aren't just residents, they are the town's backbone. Nearly one-third of all office space in Greenwich is occupied by hedge funds, with their sleek modern buildings serving as testament to the industry's dominance. Their parking lots are filled with luxury vehicles, Porsches, BMWs, Rolls-Royces, and Cadillacs, all symbols of wealth and success. A stroll through Greenwich reveals a car enthusiast's paradise. We encountered a Lamborghini dealership right next to Aston Martin and Bentley showrooms, an automotive playground for those who crave the extraordinary. From one of 10 Lamborghini models in the world to vintage Aston Martins, the streets are lined with some of the most exclusive vehicles on the planet. These cars are not just transportation, they are status symbols, visible markers of the wealth accumulated in this enclave. The real estate in Greenwich is staggering. One of the most notable properties is Copper Beech Farm, a sprawling estate that sold for an eye-watering $139 million. This mansion, reminiscent of French Renaissance architecture, features a grand open porch, a luxurious swimming pool, a grass tennis court, and expansive gardens sprawling over hundreds of acres. Such properties are more than homes. They are statements of power, legacy, and permanence. Though access to Copper Beech Farm is restricted, it symbolizes the scale of wealth here. Many properties are linked to LLCs and trusts associated with prominent billionaires such as Ray Dalio, whose net worth exceeds $21 billion, and Steve Cohen, owner of the New York Mets. Dalio purchased his Greenwich estate for around $15 million in 1998, and Cohen's holdings encompass multiple properties, reflecting the deep financial influence embedded within the town. The wealth spread from Greenwich to Darien. Just across the river from the bustling metropolis of New York City lies Darien, a picturesque yet equally affluent town that exemplifies suburban luxury. With median home prices hovering around $2.5 million, Darien's landscape is characterized by sparkling lakes, expansive green spaces, and grand estates that seem to belong to a fairy tale. Luxury residences here can command prices upwards of $100 million, showcasing a variety of architectural styles, from classic Cape Cod cottages to sleek modern mansions with sprawling lawns, intricate details, and state-of-the-art amenities. Both Darien and Greenwich boast rich historical backgrounds. Originally thriving as industrial hubs in the early 20th century, these towns prospered through manufacturing industries such as steel, railroads, and industrial machinery. However, as the American economy evolved after World War II, these areas transitioned from industrial centers to exclusive suburban retreats for the wealthy elite. The post-war suburban boom, fueled by families seeking refuge from urban congestion, accelerated this transformation. Their proximity to Manhattan, combined with scenic beauty, luxurious amenities, and excellent schools, made them highly desirable for affluent professionals and entrepreneurs. Over time, these towns established reputations as havens for the financial and corporate elite, attracting hedge fund managers, high-level executives, and successful entrepreneurs seeking privacy and prestige. Today, Darien's demographic reflects its status. Over 98% of its population is white, and the median household income ranks among the highest in the United States. The town's scenic landscapes, top-tier educational institutions, private clubs, and exclusive amenities continue to draw wealthy residents seeking a peaceful yet prestigious lifestyle. The community's affluence is evident in the well-maintained estates, luxury vehicles, and private community facilities. However, living in such an upscale community entails high expenses. Connecticut ranks as the second most expensive state for electricity in the country, primarily due to high energy costs driven by state policies and infrastructure challenges. Maintaining sprawling estates, complete with pools, elaborate landscaping, and advanced security systems, further increases living costs. Residents often face significant expenses related to property upkeep, energy consumption, and security, making luxury living both desirable and financially demanding. The politics of wealth and power. These towns aren't just about luxury homes, they also mirror complex political and social dynamics. In the 2012 presidential election, Greenwich and Darien voted predominantly for Mitt Romney, reflecting their conservative leanings. However, recent elections indicate shifting political sentiments. Both towns swung towards Kamala Harris in 2020, highlighting evolving demographic and ideological landscapes. Despite their wealth, these communities grapple with issues of exclusivity and inequality. Many private beaches, golf courses, and recreational facilities are reserved for residents who pay steep fees or belong to social clubs, creating barriers for outsiders. Courts have mandated some opening of beaches and parks to the public, but access remains limited and costly, preserving a social divide that is difficult to bridge. The controversy of hedge funds. While hedge funds have fueled Greenwich's rise to prominence, they have also generated considerable controversy. Critics argue that hedge fund practices often prioritize profits over broader societal interests. A notable example involves hedge fund Elliott Capital Management, which bought a significant stake in outdoor retailer Cabela's. The fund pressured the company to sell to Bass Pro Shops, leading to the closure of Cabela's headquarters in Sidney, Nebraska, a small town that depended heavily on the company for jobs. Within a year, Elliott Capital earned $90 million from this investment. Such corporate maneuvers exemplify how hedge funds can prioritize profits sometimes at the expense of local communities, leaving towns to grapple with economic fallout. This pattern, where hedge funds invest heavily, extract profits, and sometimes contribute to economic decline, underscores a growing disparity. While hedge fund managers amass billions, small towns and working-class communities often suffer economic destabilization. The tension between free market prosperity and social responsibility is a persistent issue in these affluent towns. A contrast of worlds, Greenwich and the Rust Belt. While Greenwich epitomizes extreme wealth, nearby towns tell a different story. For example, we visited Norwalk, a city with modest homes and a working-class population. Stark disparities are evident. Housing projects, struggling neighborhoods, and communities facing economic challenges exist just a few miles from Greenwich's mansions. This juxtaposition highlights a broader American phenomenon, the widening gap between the ultra-rich and working-class communities. The same region that hosts Billionaires also contains some of the Northeast's most challenging urban environments. It raises questions about regional inequality, economic mobility, and social cohesion. The price of prosperity. Greenwich and Darien exemplify the heights of American wealth, an intricate blend of old money, hedge fund riches, and modern luxury. But beneath their glossy veneer lies a complex web of social, political, and economic issues, class divisions, environmental costs, and corporate controversies. These towns are not just enclaves of privilege. They serve as microcosms of broader societal debates about wealth, equality, and the true cost of prosperity. As property prices continue to climb and billionaires expand their influence, questions about the sustainability and fairness of this concentration of wealth only deepen. What do you think about these ultra-rich towns? Are they symbols of success or signs of inequality? Share your thoughts below, and if you enjoyed this in-depth look into America's wealthiest suburbs, subscribe for more insights into the world of the ultra-rich and powerful.